Breathe in as the bar rises. Now breathe out as it falls. Pretty simple, isn't it? Breathing guides like this help people slow their breath, and there's growing evidence that this has a wide range of benefits, including reductions in chronic stress, long-term disease prevention, and improved cognitive function. Because even simple breathing exercises can provide these benefits, previous work at CHI has explored the design and use of peripheral breathing guides, tools that deliver guidance as a secondary activity, while users are focused on a primary task like information work. Information work's a compelling use for peripheral guides because people are often stationary and it involves devices like mobile phones and PCs that could easily deliver guidance. Further, slow breathing may help reduce the detrimental effects of chronic low-grade stress that's commonly linked to information work. However, even though early findings show promise towards peripheral guides, questions remain about whether they can be effective during realistic work and which design factors might influence their adoption and use. In this study, we target 3 key research questions. First, are peripheral guides effective during interrupted work? Previous research has studied focus tasks, and it's still not clear if guides can be effective when users are distracted or interrupted, which are both key traits of real-world work. Second, do peripheral breathing guides create increases in heart rate variability, or HRV for short, which is a physiological marker that underlies benefit? Previous work has only looked for reductions in breathing rate. However, the benefits of guided breathing actually arise from changes in HRV. Since our study is intentionally designed to mimic real-world distractions that would make it challenging to maintain smooth breathing patterns, it's important to test for the presence of these underlying markers of benefit. Third, and finally, how should guides be designed to support adoption and use in the workplace? Even if shown effective, many factors will influence if and how guides are incorporated into daily work. For example, people may not use guides if they felt they distracted those around them. Therefore, it's important to understand how best to design guides that support workplace adoption and use. To answer these questions, we compared 5 designs from previous research. Although many guides have been published to date, we focused specifically on designs that would be self-contained to an individual's work environment, would not obviously interfere with nearby coworkers, and could easily be integrated into common devices like mobile phones or computer displays. This resulted in the following 5 guides: an on-screen bar that rises and falls to guide breathing at the target rate, an on-screen brightness guide that causes the entire display to subtly increase and decrease in brightness, a phone-based desk widget that also uses a brightness-based cue, but is delivered using a mobile phone as a secondary display, fading haptic vibrations that pulse at the target breathing rate using a mobile phone in the user's pocket, and an audio melody that guides inhales and exhales with a series of rising and falling music notes. Our evaluation consisted of a mixed methods study. First, we conducted a 25-participant lab-based comparison to determine if guides could increase HRV during interrupted work, and whether these effects differed between guides. Next, an interview-based thematic analysis was used to identify which design elements influence opinions about adoption and use. In our paper, we present findings and design insights to support workplace peripheral breathing guides. One critical finding of our study is that all 5 guides increased HRV during interrupted work, and none provided significantly larger effects. Importantly, this occurred despite frequent distractions and breathing misalignments. This indicates that a wide range of guides can lead to the markers of benefit associated with long-term success, even when people aren't able to follow the guides at all times. Our future work seeks to deploy breathing guides for longer-term use over the course of a full workday. This also highlights the importance of HRV as an outcome measure, since an evaluation based exclusively on observing slowed breathing rates would likely overlook this benefit. Second, despite the benefits, our findings indicate that interruptions were a key pain point. Decreased HRV was observed after each interruption, and participants had difficulty resynchronizing their breath. This highlights a unique challenge compared to focused exercise. In addition to being easy and intuitive to follow, peripheral guides should also support fast and efficient recovery when misalignments occur. For example, people found resyncing with the brightness-based guides to be difficult, but found the audio guides much less challenging. Finally, participants highlighted many personal and contextual factors that would influence their willingness for use. These included the type of work they commonly perform, whether they typically work around others, and their workplace culture in general. Since our results demonstrate that a wide range of guides can be effective, designers can cater to these factors and adapt to user needs. In closing, our findings contribute important design insights that will support the adoption and use of workplace peripheral breathing guides, a simple technology that could provide both immediate and long-term health and wellness benefits. Thank you.